to get the night started. Downfield looking for Godwin. Into his hands. And guess which dogs are barking first? Uga, get after it.
Chubb scored a touchdown earlier on a direct snap. Now it's Michelle's turn, running all the way. Gets to the edge. Sonny Michel will send the Dogs home to the championship game.
And Bobo throws that thing in the end zone and...
Yes! Touchdown! Touchdown in the goal line!
Cambiando estaba Billingsley. ¡Interceptado! Y a ver hasta dónde lo puede devolver. Es Kelly Ringo. Sigue Ringo. Corta adentro. Ringo. Touchdown! Georgia!
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Robert Iron E. Singleton, a.k.a. D-Dog from The Walking Dead, or Alton from The Blind Side. Also the former DB turned running back for the University of Georgia. And you are watching Respect the Hedges on the Fan Addict Sports Network. All right, guys, go Dogs. Sick 'em.
What's going on, Dog Nation? We back for another episode of Respect the Hedges. Hey, man, we in here. We won. Hey, as always, presented by Tailgate Kings. Happy New Year to everybody, man. The Dogs won the Peach Bowl. We're not going to waste time. We're going to get into it, talk about the Peach Bowl, and start looking ahead to possibly repeating the national champs, man. Let's go ahead and bring them on in, man. First up, man, you know who it is. It's going to my guy, E-Rob. What's up, E-Rob?
Coach. Coach. Hey, man, you know what? I'm going to start like this. It's a shame that two teams had to lose on Saturday. You know, somebody had to lose. But I tell you this, man, the real winners were anybody who's a college football fan. You won on Saturday because those were two great games, two great finishes. As Dog fans, we don't want to see great games. We want to see one side dominance. Dogs dominate, and then that's it. We like to be partying by the second half. That did not happen on Saturday. Wow. I'll say this, man. The Dogs showed championship pedigree, heart, and most importantly, they showed championship execution down the stretch when it mattered. They made the plays to win the game, and then, you know, you saw how it ended, man. Go Dogs. Happy New Year. Let's go, baby.
That's right, man. There's something about our guy, Shawty. What's up, Shawty?
What's happening?
Hey, yeah.
Man, I can just echo everything that E-Rob just said. You know, I lost my voice the following day. I'm just now getting my voice back, so I might be a little shaky. I almost broke my television. It was definitely a game of emotions. And something like E-Rob said, man, it was, that was arguably, one of the greatest games that I've seen Georgia play. It made me think of that Rose Bowl, I think, 2017.
17,
something
yep.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like E-Rob said, we don't want to see it like that, but it's great for the fans. It's great for college football. But I'll be honest with you, I prefer not to be in those types of games. And what that game did do, it proved something to us that, we're always nitpicking our team. We was able to win a shootout.
Yep.
If you would have told me, nobody could have told me that anybody would score 41 points on us. Nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
And that just was a testament to, how good we've always said our offense was much better this year. So with that being said, man, I won't talk too much. I know we got a couple more co-hosts to bring. Man, let's go. Let's get it.
That's right, man. Coolest fan in the land. We got Cool Cal. What's up, Cal? You still living, dog?
Hey, man. I'm gonna take a little different angle. So probably about 5-6 weeks ago, I just went all in, got me an Airbnb out there in Cali, got me a plane ticket, got me a ticket to the game. So Saturday night at 11:58, 11:59.
Going back to Cali.
When they drove down the field to kick that field goal, man, it was shaky in here. It was a little nerve-wracking. So when he missed the field goal, the crazy part about it is my TV blanked out for a second. So I'm still on heart attack mode. I ain't know what happened.
Oh no!
It came back on. I saw Stetson coming back on the field. I saw Kirby over there, and I knew it was all good, man. So I felt, man, great. Testament to the whole Bulldog program, man. That was a phenomenal game. They had us all on heart attack mode. It was crazy, but glad to be a part of that kind of victory.
That's right, man. That's right. Next up in there, man, JV. What's going on, JV? Blood pressure back down to normal?
What's up? Hey, man, I'm telling you, that was one of those games. Number one, it was one of those historical games that you're glad you end up on the right side of. But just looking at what we witnessed, it was one of the best games that I've ever seen. And as a dog, you know, we hold two of the best games ever played in history. That Rose Bowl, that ranks now up there with that USC and Texas game. But this game right here, right? That game was for all the marbles, but this game I felt was the championship game, man. I'll say this. 100% was on pins and needles, but I actually had I had a nervous confidence that we were going to pull this game out and win. I don't even know what it was, man, but I'm just so confident in the way that Kirby approaches these games now. When they couldn't keep us down 14 points, I just had the feeling that something was going to happen. I was hopeful it was a holding call on that last quarterback scramble. But Buddy shanked it so bad that it was just it was just a destination type of destiny game for us, because absolutely I've never seen a kicker kick the ball that bad at the end of a game. And I was happy that it was him and not us. So go Dogs. And like Cal said, I probably had my plane ticket back at the beginning of November or middle of November. I had my game ticket at the beginning of November. So, you know, hey, I'm headed back to Cali.
Going to Cali, baby.
Headed back to Cali, baby.
That's right.
Let's go.
That's right. Next up, man, we got our guy CA. What's up, CA?
CA, what's up with you?
Good evening. Happy New Year. Man, I'm talking about exhausted, emotional. It was entertaining, but we were definitely nervous. The confidence was there, but man, that was a great game. I couldn't be happier with the result, but you know, all three phases struggled at different points, and I was glad to see the team. That was a total team victory. That's what I was really proud of. You know, the fortitude in the fourth quarter is what championships are built off of. You know, hey, we missed 2 field goals as well, so I have zero sympathy. Crimea River, going back to Cali, baby.
Yes, that's right, man. That's right, man. This is the show. We're going to talk about the Peach Bowl. We're going to talk about the Natty, man. We might have some other dogs dropping through, and the first one up, man. Hey, man, our guy. Hey, former guest. He's on the show. He knows a little bit about winning championships. Super Bowl champion Patrick Pass. What's going on, P Pass?
Oh, boy, look at it.
Yeah, what's happening? Look at him. He got you a little inch or two up there, ain't you?
Hey man, y'all ain't gonna be talking shit about me, or excuse me. Y'all ain't gonna be talking junk to me, man.
Hey man, you done already dropped it now, homie. You done dropped it.
But listen, I was so mad at myself about that whole weekend because I didn't plan it like I was supposed to. Saturday was my birthday, right?
Oh, happy belated.
Well, happy birthday.
Right,
Happy
exactly.
birthday.
Always.
35 ain't too bad for you, boy. But I'm gonna stick with 35.
Oh, that's what we doing. That's what we doing.
Hold up.
We coming out
I
the
had
new year
on
with
book,
the
Boy, you
lies.
look like a Congo 35.
But
You must be
listen.
aging at
I
8
had
years.
I had on book reservations. You know, me and the wife to go out to eat like a month ago. And I was like, wait a minute, the 31st, we could be playing. I didn't even think about it. So, but the good thing is, we went down to Boston. We had a good time. We ate, and she was tired. I was tired, so we just went back to the room. We got a room down there, and I was happy as hell because I was able to see the second half of the game. And I'm gonna tell you, man, that was the best birthday in a long time when that dude missed that field goal. But I'm gonna go out and say, man, Ohio State played a hell of a game, and Georgia played a hell of a game. And I look at these two teams, and I'm just like, we could have smoked them if we just played our game. You know, Ohio State had probably an additional 15 days to prepare for Georgia because Georgia was in the SEC championship, and Ohio State was just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like y'all boys said, we're going back to Cali. We got a chance to do something special. Stetson gonna be in a class of his own almost if he win this thing. I mean, you know, but what a hell of a game. And to be down 14 points and come back and win. I mean, you think about the Peach Bowl back in the days that we was playing. The Peach Bowl was played on my birthday at the Dome, and I think we was down about 21 points versus Virginia.
We were
that 1 year, and we came back and beat them. And then I think we was down. You know,
we didn't beat them, and I hear you.
No. We beat Virginia.
Oh, y'all did. Okay.
We won,
It happened twice. You know what?
That's
me speaking out of turn.
Twice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, you just sit back
scarred.
and just
I'm
listen
scarred.
to this now.
I hear you. I'm scarred.
Nah, but you know what? It's one of those things, man. You look at this team and you can slowly see that we are separating from the masses of the rest of the NCAA, and it's like that last race in the track meet, that 4x4, and you got that last dude on that last leg who got that speed to get around that track and run like a 40-point. It seems like Georgia is pretty much on its way to separating itself from the rest of the field. And you know, Alabama always gonna be there because they got Nick Saban. But when you watch this team play, you know, year after year, you just be like, damn, I'm so proud of this organization because that's what we wanted to be when we was at Georgia. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But now we get to sit back and watch this team do what we always wanted to do. It just makes you proud as hell to build fucking, a Georgia Bulldog, man.
Go Dogs.
That's
Say
right.
it,
Go
man.
Dogs. Go Dogs.
Already. Already.
Hey, man, let's give a shout out to some of the respect that Hedges Nation out here. Of course, you know, first in the building, man. Shelby's, hey, how about them Dogs? Hey, we made it.
Dogs.
Survived.
What's going on, Shelby?
AP in the house. What's going on, man? Happy New Year to you, fella.
Happy New Year.
Stat guy. Hey, man, y'all didn't get no bowl win, man, but Happy New Year to you, dog. Y'all let Notre Dame do y'all, but
backhanded compliment, coach. That's a backhanded ass compliment. Go ahead, though.
UGA Chris, what's going on, fella? Happy New Year to you, man. Trevor's in the building, man. What's going on, man?
Salute.
Oh, man, who else in here? Terrell Bynes in the building. How about them Dogs?
How about them damn Dogs? Let's go.
That's right, man. B. Miller say he called the TCU up, said, hey, yeah, we're going to talk about that too, man. We was talking about that TCU game. What's going on, B. Miller? Is this Ahmed? Ahmed said we had less than a week to make Georgia college history. Best of luck to these Dogs, the coaching staff, and the mailman. That's right,
Let's
man.
go,
Happy
man.
New Year
Hell
to
yeah.
you, dog.
Salute.
Hey, man, we got people is up in here. Wallace, what's going on, my guy? He's like, hey, what's good, fellas? Great game. We survived. Survive in advance. That's the name of the game, baby.
Man.
Hey, man. Listen here, man. I'm yelling at the... Listen. I'm yelling at the TV. I'm yelling at Stetson. I'm yelling at Todd Monken when he started going
me too.
run. When he was going run pass in the third quarter. I'm like, bro, if we don't get back to our real offense, what are we doing out here tonight? Genesis. Yeah, we passed the ball out. What's going on, Genesis, man? Hey, Happy New Year to you, brother. We did. We came out in that first drive, man. We threw the ball. I know they was trying to get A.D. Mitchell into the game, man, get him back in the rhythm. But I'm like, hey, man, we got these healthy running backs back here. Kendall Milton looked good. Kenny McIntosh looked good. I was like, what we doing back here?
Man, I don't know what happened to him after his man. He done came back like a whole different player.
Bruh, for real. And I'm like, why did he only get the ball like 3 times? I'm like, that dude came back running with a vengeance. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe the injury, the time sitting out, maybe that helped him. P, maybe. What's going on? To talk the great Bullet
Beard.
Okay, yeah. That was a crucial hit in the game. It was legal. He did not hit Lee with the crown of the head. He hit him with the shoulder. Hey, man, it's a physical game out here, man. They call it Bloody Tuesday in Athens, man. We get physical out there, man. I hate it for Marvin Harrison that he couldn't finish the game, but I mean, if we're talking statistically, he hadn't had a catch.
Oh, I don't.
Don't do that. I mean, let's be real now. Come on. I mean, here we go.
He hadn't had a catch since the 10-minute mark in the second quarter. So, hey, it is what it is, man. You got to be. Listen, I tried to tell Ohio State fans. Yeah, I told Ohio State fan, man, don't get mad at us because Kirby, because he develops depth on our depth chart, man. Like just because y'all ain't got but 2 or 3 guys, man, that's not our fault.
Yeah, man, had them guys listen to had them guys listen to their own guy, man. Marvin Harrison said basically, hey man, that was a good hit. I could have came back into the game, but they kept me out the game. So it ain't had nothing to do with us, baby. Y'all better build them better.
Yeah, man. Brian Draper.
We win the game.
Brian Draper had to say Happy New Year's, fellas, man. Happy New Year, Brian.
Definitely. Happy New Year.
We should have no sympathy for those guys because at the end of the day, you have to understand we got injuries throughout that game as well, and we was fortunate enough to fight through it and play through
That's
it.
right.
That's why I think that's one of the reasons we had to play defense differently because, our edge setters, we was hurt.
Yep.
And we had to start manufacturing pressure by bringing more men, which is something that we would prefer not to do. We would prefer to get pressure with 4 and 5.
Yep.
That's right. ATL in 2022. What's going on? You checking in from D.C., not Germany tonight. You back
Patrick,
stateside.
Stay on the move.
Hey, Coach, let me ask Patrick a question. So, Patrick, you said you missed the first half, right? So you get there, you get into the room, you watch the second half. When you turn the TV on, what was the first thing you said? Was you like, man, what the hell going on? Or, how you felt about when you turned the TV on, man?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, wife her downstairs, so she don't know this. I was sneaking and peeping out the game.
All in the bathroom at the restaurant.
We was sitting next to a window. And right next to the window was the bar. So I was watching the game through the window. And
that's cold.
And I was seeing a lot of it, but I was like, I kind of knew that we was gonna have a little bit of problem with Ohio State receivers because they got some pretty damn good receivers.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, I was like, all right, I know how Kirby play. He's gonna play man-to-man pretty much the whole game and cover zero sometimes. And I was like, we can't do that against this team because they're going to, especially if we don't get pressure.
Right.
And I knew that I knew it was going to be a 12-round fight. And I just figured like, we just got to stay in it. We got to stay in it, take these hits. And then when it's time to land that overhand right, we just need to land it and knock these dudes out. And that's exactly what happened. I wasn't surprised at all that Ohio State came out and played the way they did, because I kind of figured once they figured out and realized that TCU had beat Michigan, then I knew that was going to give them an extra push to come out there and try to beat Georgia because of what Michigan did to them the last game of the season. And they wanted so badly to come out there and handle business against us so they can go out there and shock the world by playing TCU. That's like their get back. It would have been their get back to Michigan. So it didn't surprise me, but what did surprise me is how Stetson came out, and I think he was 10 for 12 in that fourth quarter and 190 yards, and move that ball down the field like he's supposed to. But I was kind of shocked how quickly we scored, and I was like, why do we score so quick? Because all Ohio State need is a field goal, and we pretty much didn't stop them the whole game with the passing. But it worked out. You know what I'm saying? That's old news. We going to Cali. We got a chance to do something that we have never done. And, kudos to Kirby and the coaching staff for making those adjustments, especially with Stetson. And, it's just amazing, man. Just sit out there and watch this team to do what they do.
That's right,
absolutely,
man.
Absolutely, man.
B-Show say Happy New Year. What's going on, B-Show?
Happy New Year, brother.
T Small in the building. I seen him somebody say Happy New Year, fellas. How about them dogs? That's right, man.
What's going on, Tom?
Maurice Dickinson in the house.
What's going on, Mo? Southside.
Heart of a champion, man. Love to bring it on TCU game time. That's right, man. Anybody got closing thoughts about the Peach Bowl before we move on to the Horned Frogs?
I do.
Hey, guys. Did y'all? Right, go ahead, CA.
Everybody, I think.
Pretty, yeah. True. I was going to say I was extremely impressed with C.J. Stroud. I knew he was a good player, but what I saw out of him, I didn't expect all of that. That was probably the thing that was most surprising to me, to see him show athleticism. He really moved to throw versus moving in the pocket to run. Extending plays was detrimental. I know we're going to pay close attention to that in the film, but yeah, I was impressed on the Ohio State side by C.J. Stroud. But again, as far as I'm concerned, total team effort by the Dogs, all three phases. So I'll move along with that.
Absolutely, good deal.
JV, you said yes.
Yeah, man. I mean, one thing I want, man. One thing I want to touch on is, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Just the pivotal plays down the stretch, man. I mean, we had some pivotal plays that dug us out of that hole that I ain't quite sure that I expected us to make, man. I'm talking about the fourth down conversion by Brock Bowers, the levitation by the alien that allowed us to be able to grab a fourth down, man. I mean, can you absolutely imagine this man's feet coming off the ground, holding himself up with one arm, then get the ball across the first down that we had to get to be able to come back? Stetson, curing all his ills in that fourth quarter. First of all, with one ball with the Brock Bowers, and I ain't quite sure how it got to. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then dropping the dime on AD. I mean, it was just so many pivotal plays that just wowed me and amazed me, man. I'm like Pat said, I'm proud to be a Dog, man, because we have traditionally come up short in those situations. And I just feel like the team just believes there ain't no way they're going to lose. Yep. And even if a loss is to happen, I just don't think that it's going to bother me the way that things have happened in the past. We are just on such a different plane. And I look at how Kirby reacts in the moments now. That timeout before that fake punt, the most clutch crucial coaching call of his coaching career. Facts. The most. This man called a timeout seconds before they were getting ready to really just juice us.
And they had
Speaking of that timeout, too,
they had 12 men on the field.
They had 12 men on the field.
Yep.
So the referee totally missed that.
They did.
That should have been a penalty.
Well, let's just be honest. The refs missed a lot of calls throughout the game. They missed a lot of blocking, false starts. There was a lot of calls missed in that game.
Holdings, a lot of holdings.
That was fourth quarter, CA.
Yeah, made that call.
What about the false start?
JV, you stole my thunder.
In the backfield.
Even more important. Guess what, guys? That call is not reviewable. So even though they had 12 men on the field, we couldn't even review that. Right. It would have been nothing we can do. Right. So that's kudos to Kirby Smart and his growth as a coach too, because we can nitpick at him about some of the things that he's done in big games. But every year you've seen some progression in him becoming a head coach.
Agreed.
Yep. Stat guy say before they actually missed it, before they kicked the field goal, who thought they was gonna hit the field goal, or who thought they was gonna miss it? I thought they was gonna hit it. I ain't gonna lie. Once CJ
long college.
It is, but like he had hit a 49 earlier or whatever, and I'm like, God, right here again.
Bad, got that one.
I ain't gonna lie. When we got that sack and we moved him back, I was like, you know what? You know what?
50 yards a long way. Under pressure.
You know what it could be.
It was. Yeah, and it was a bad hold, so I'm thankful to the holder for a bad hold on the 50-yarder. Dutch in the house. What's going on, Dutch?
Kelton.
Hold on, we got somebody else. Daryl Davison say checking in from ATL, man.
The THS right there.
What's up?
Tucker High School.
You already know.
Okay. There they go.
So,
good shout out. Good shout out.
Yeah, man. Cool Cal, you had something you wanted to say about the Peach Bowl?
Well, yeah, one of the things I wanted to say, and it was basically about the whole season. You know, this is the first time, obviously, basically in most of our lifetimes, we came in this year as the champs. As the champs, you gotta realize, man, for 14 weeks, the one thing that we've gotten is we got everybody's best shot. Everybody we played, that's been the best game or the hardest game that they played all year. You know what I'm saying? So that's a hard thing to overcome. And I like the way that we handled the adversity, you know, because we were down multiple times in that game by double digits, continue to fight, continue to come back. And a lot of that's coaching, keeping the guys in it, making sure they stay in the game, stay in the moment, continue to play hard. And fortunate things happen, man. And like we said, Stetson again, man, the guy just showed up when it counted in the fourth quarter. He brought us down, got us 2 drives to win the game, man. And just couldn't be more proud of the guy, man. And so, like y'all said, man, proud to be a dog. Man, I'm ready to go to Cali, baby. Let's go.
That's right. Speaking of Cali, Dr. Tijuana T. Militant checking in from Los Angeles. We headed your way.
We come
Save me a seat. Save us a seat, Doc.
That's right. That's right.
Going worldwide, ain't we?
I know M&A Pitts in the game in the building say Peach wrap up is the good Stetson figured it out with the last 3 throws. He did, man. He came out to play in that fourth quarter, man. So, hey, man, absolutely. I told y'all, man, some dogs might be checking in, man. We got former DBA, man, Corey Johnson in the house. What's going on, Cole?
Let's go.
What's up, guys? What's up?
Hey, what's up, we here. We survive in advance, man. Survive. How you feeling?
Hey, man. All we need to do is come out with a win, get another day to fight, man.
That's it. That's
sound
it,
like you
man.
still tired from the game, dog. You all right?
Hey,
Like
man.
he put in at least 3 quarters, didn't it? You hear?
Let get y'all. Pat, what's up, buddy?
What up, C?
Hey, man. So, hey, anybody, E-Rob, you got anything about the Peach Bowl before we move on to the Natty?
Man, I'm just so proud that those young men never gave up. They never gave up. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a testament from way up top from the coach. He believed, they believe. And, you know, man, I'm going to echo what everybody else said. I'm just really damn proud to be a dog right now. I said it before and I'll say it again. We are dominating the college scene right now. And that's right where the hell I want to be. Go Dogs.
That's right. That's right, man. Go Dogs. See, Corey, you got something to say about the Peach Bowl before we go on?
Same thing, man. Those guys kept fighting, man. You know, a lot of people had counted us out, you know, and, you know, our guys, if you look at them on the sideline, we wasn't rattled. You know, we felt like, you know, hey, defense go out there and we'll make a play. Somebody gonna make a play. Somebody gonna make a play. And then once one person made a play, the next person was like, okay, I can make a play. So I felt like everybody out there was like, hey, I can make a play whenever I need to, you know, and that goes to show, like, you know, we talk about that game, the close game. You know, sometimes you got to be battle tested in order to be able to come through it. And these guys, you know, they can't stay game. You know, you guys, we talked about it a little briefly, man. You know, how that early Saturday morning game, you know, somebody you're supposed to beat, you know, just so happened, we were supposed to beat Ohio State, but they're a better opponent, and they jumped out. But, you know, like we kept on chopping.
That's right, man. So B. Shaw got a question for CA. He said, hey, man, how prime time is AD, man, with that? Oh, my bad, Cole. My bad, Cole.
Go ahead.
Checked. Yeah, you had checked out on us for a minute. Question for CA. He said, how prime time is AD with that catch in the national championship, then that catch in the Peach Bowl, man? That touchdown, that route was a thing.
That
That route was nice. That route was nice.
That was nasty.
AD Mitchell's a necessary evil for the Georgia Bulldogs. I mean, he has confidence and swag on the perimeter. He's efficient in his route running. He's obviously faster than most DBs anticipate, but I think he gives Stetson a level of confidence when Stetson is out there throwing the ball to AD. He knows he's got a guy that's going to attack it. AD's done nothing but make big plays in those big-time games. So as long as he's healthy, he's one of the best in the nation. He's continued to prove that, and he's going to get the attempts because Stetson believes in him as well. So I think Coach Monken designed the game plan to go to AD early and often, but at the same time, Ohio State had a lot to say about that. So as long as he's in the fold, he'll continue to be a threat and a big weapon for us, especially as we look at TCU coming up next.
That's right, man. And TC, listen, CJ Stroud did play one of his best games in college.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the quarterback we about to face is just as mobile, and he can throw the ball. He was a Heisman finalist. Actually, he received the second most votes, Max Duggins. Quentin Johnston, he was a semifinalist for the Biletnikoff Award. They got the Thorpe Award winner out there. They had a Outland Trophy. They got some guys out there, man. Like, who watched everybody watched the Michigan and TCU, man. They got some fight in them, man. Thad had mentioned last week about them playing in a lot of close games. I don't know if I want a close game with these guys.
I don't think they have the personnel.
Exactly. And the thing is, they played the perfect game against Michigan. They got 2 pick sixes. So you look at that, you know what I'm saying? If we don't give them scores, we should be able to win this game pretty comfortably. But anything can happen. You do not want to play a close game with them. All that right there. My bad, Shawty. Go ahead, bro.
Oh no, I was that's all I really wanted to say. I just, with having that game against Ohio State, in my opinion, they were the second best team in the semifinals.
Yeah.
I don't want to overlook TCU because it is a national championship game. But when I just look at the roster, I don't think they have the personnel to match up with us. Hopefully, within this week time, we can get back healthy, get some of those guys on the defense back healthy so we can get our numbers back up. But other than that, man, I really don't think they can play with us for 4 quarters. I can see them maybe hanging around kind of early, but by that, late third quarter, fourth quarter, we should go and put our foot on their neck. And I probably should say that. But
it's the truth, though.
Well, it could bring us some bad connotations.
I think they got guys. I don't think they have depth. Like you say, I don't think they have depth like we have. But I think they got guys on the front on their first level. Definitely on their offense, man. They got guys that's averaging. They can throw the ball, they can run the ball. I don't know if their running back's going to be healthy. He left the game in the second half against Michigan. The backup guy's pretty good. He's not a home run hitter like the starter, Kendre Miller, man. So, Pat, what you thinking about the TCU, man?
Man, you know what? Here's the thing that I think about TCU is that they have absolutely 0 to lose in this game, except for the championship. These guys are really playing with house money. I think they was picked number 7 to finish out in their conference. And you see what they've done throughout the season. I mean, they have shocked the world pretty much getting to the point where they're at. And like I said, they got some playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. The running back got hurt last week, the starter, but the backup, the senior, came in and rushed for 150 yards against Michigan. And then you got Max Duggan, who's a sneaky fast quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He's sneaky fast, and he can throw the ball. And they got a 6'4" receiver in Quentin Johnson who can run, who can stretch the field. So I don't think we have faced in a receiver like Quentin Johnson who's that tall and that fast. But I think besides Tennessee with Wyatt, I think Wyatt. But I think like Thad said, man, I think we have the depth is what's going to keep us, on top. I don't think TCU have the depth to stay in the game. I know they won like 7 out of the 8, one possession games this year. But if it come down to a situation like that, I think that we'll be fine because we have the depth to contend. And on the flip side of that, I watched Kirby talk last week after the Peach Bowl, and although we won that game, but you can see that he was visibly upset.
He was upset. Yep.
He gave Stetson hell.
I guarantee that you won't see that same performance that you saw from the Bulldogs last week that you're going to see on Monday night, because I guarantee Kirby gave those boys hell in practice.
Yep.
Because they should have played better. They could have played better, and I guarantee they'll come out and they're going to play 10 times better on Monday night. So it'll be a totally different ball game. But like I say, TCU is playing with house money, so they're going to come out there and I wouldn't be surprised if they just open up the playbook, with the quarterback throwbacks, with double reverse pass, all that stupid junk that you got to be,
We don't need it.
You just got to be waiting on it. You know what I'm saying? But like Thad say, I think our depth is going to be vital in this game Monday night.
Yeah, Sandra Foreman and hold on. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say another thing, man. I mean, listen, we know we all of us watched the game. I mean, the game overall was a good competitive game, but it was a pretty trash game from Michigan's perspective. I mean, we're well familiar with Harbaugh, and they literally had a 21-point swing, guys. 21 points. That's 2 pick sixes, and they fumbled on the goal line. That's 21 points. And what was that? What was the margin of victory?
6. It was 6.
Like 6 points or something like that.
Yep. Listen, as bad as we played on Saturday evening, we didn't play that bad. And I don't think you're going to get those type of opportunities when you play against the Dogs. You're not going to have a 21-point swing that allows you to be able to be in the game late against Georgia, against a Kirby Smart team. So, if you add up the apples and the apples, man, it's a tough task. But like Pat said, they have absolutely nothing to lose. I expect for them to play their absolute wildest and most inspired ball. But depth and lineage should put us where we need to be.
Yeah. So Sandra Foreman in the house. She say TCU quarterback is an extremely motivated player when it comes to keeping his team in the game, moving the ball down the field to score. What should Georgia do to game plan to contain him? As we saw, C.J. Stroud getting outside the pocket, extending plays. Max Duggan, that's all he do all the time. So, E-Rob, you got thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, that kid is a good player. There's no doubt about it. He's a very good player. But, I mean, if you look at his numbers against Michigan, like, he was like 50%. You know what I'm saying? That he didn't play great. You're going to have to play a great game to beat Georgia. You're going to have to play like C.J. Stroud played against us. If he doesn't play like that, if he come out talking about 15 for 28, 15 for 30, that's not going to be good enough. That's all.
Okay. Next question is M&A Pitt say, looks like Ringo and company got exposed without a dominant pass rush. The question is, how do Dogs fix that in 1 week? Well, the thing is, I don't care who back there playing DB. If a dude running and scrambling for 7, 8, 9 seconds,
you can't cover
it's
that.
Nothing. How do we fix it? We get to the quarterback. That's the
exactly.
And we get him on the ground.
That's how you fix it.
We're just gonna get him on the ground.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, y'all. That reminded me of when we played Alabama in the SEC championship last year.
That's all I saw was Tua. I had nightmares.
We couldn't get Bryce on the ground, man, and he was completing passes, man. You can't ask no DB to be out there covering for 7 or 8 seconds. When the receiver breaks off his route to come back to help the quarterback, they in sync. The DB has no clue what's at that point what's going on. So I think we just got.
Guys, let me say this though. Let me say this about that though. That they do have a lot of time to go out there and cover, but our DBs, they get torched. We have to acknowledge that. Like we can't just act like that's the only thing that's going wrong is that they're covering 7, 8 seconds at a time. They have some issues back there covering, and we do have to acknowledge that. Y'all don't see that?
Yeah. No, I feel like that, but both of Marvin Harrison plays came on scramble drill.
Yep,
both
his
of
big
them.
plays was scramble.
Both of his touchdowns came on scramble drill.
But what I'm saying is, is we can go back to the LSU game, and of course we had a game in hand, but at the end of the day, we still gave up 500 yards passing. So there are some issues covering. That's all I'm saying.
Wait. I gotta chime in on that now.
Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point, and then I'll let you chime. Hold on.
Yeah. You got 35 seconds.
No, I got 40 seconds.
Cole mute, Pat think he run the show. Put him in the background.
No, he don't run his show it out. Yeah, put him in it. Exactly. There you go, CA. I'm coming here talking about, let me get my point across. You hold on a minute. You know,
okay, I got
hold on. But really, what I'm saying is, just to kind of go back to that point, I do feel like what he was saying is, if we don't get that strong pass rush and we're not tackling well, that gives us opportunities to be exposed. That's all I'm saying, and that's what keeps teams in the game. If we go out there, the pass rush is great. We're getting to the quarterback, getting the quarterback down. We play our A game. It's going to be a dominant performance. But if we give Duggan time to break through tackles, we're just missing them. And giving them time, they've got some guys that can make some plays to keep them in the game. I'm just saying those are the facts of the net. We got to get pass rush and we got to get them down. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Pat, before Pat jump out there.
Now go ahead with your 30 seconds.
Let me chime in on that LSU. Listen, when you're down by 21 points and you got to throw the ball to catch up, dude's gonna get tired. That defense was tired as hell against LSU. You know why? Because they were throwing the ball every single play. Let me take you back to one of those Super Bowls that I'm sure that you guys remember a few years ago when the Pats played the Falcons. When I was watching that game, Dan Quinn was playing man-to-man the whole game versus the Patriots receivers. When I told my boys, and I was at that Super Bowl party, I said, listen, you cannot play man-to-man the whole game versus Amendola, Edelman, and all those guys because they're going to get tired. Those dudes in practice in New England, all they do is run routes every single day before practice, during practice, and after practice. Those dudes do not get tired. So when you got to sit back and throw the ball 50 times to try to catch up, you're going to get tired. So I wasn't even impressed with the 500-yard passing that they had. And then they threw some jump balls, some deep jump balls, you know what I'm saying? 50-50 ball. Yeah, they came up with it. But when you're constantly trying to dig yourself out of a hole and throw the ball 50 times to try to catch up, your DB is going to get tired. There's no way in hell you're going to be able to keep up with that. So I don't even count that LSU game.
I agree with you, Pat. This is what I agree with. This is what I agree with you on. I wasn't very impressed with the 500. I was unimpressed with our DBs giving up the 500. That's what I'm saying.
Guys, let me interject if y'all don't mind, because I was real upset with. I don't know if y'all watched the touchdown passes. Which way did this guy scramble to? Everything he did came to his right side. We never once brought pressure to his right side.
We damn sure did. No.
So listen now. So now this guy, he scrambled right to throw the ball. A couple times he got out the pocket and he ran the ball. He ran to his left side. And at some point in time, as a coordinator, as a somebody, you got to look at that and say, dog, he's beating us up when he break the pocket to our right side. So when we kept him bottled up, we was able to put pressure on him. Now, on that back end, dog, we can't play nobody giving them 10 yards. We lining up there, man. We 10 yards off the receiver. There's no way. It don't matter with the pass rush. Now, pass rush, if you outside, if you're the end and you got outside contained, you must keep outside contained. There's tons of time that we got, you know what I'm saying, he broke contain and he was able to make plays. But it's easier when he break contain, when the defensive back is playing off 10 yards and giving this guy space. Look at how many times you saw the receiver catch the ball and the DB ain't even nowhere close. And the only thing, they were so wide open, they just stepped out of bounds. So it's a combination, man. It goes hand in hand. Our DBs got to tighten up and our pass rushers got to play responsibility. If everything is not designed to make a sack, you know, you got to keep them in the pocket, and force them to somewhere else so somebody else can make a play. So,
hey,
And to
Let me
Corey's
say something
point,
real
man.
too quick.
Oh,
Hey, you know what? What I was kind of disappointed in is they was hitting us with really one. It was just that deep over route from the slot receiver.
Killing
They,
us.
they ran that same play about they completed about 6 or 7 times. I mean, chunk plays. Like at what point they did a little semi roll to the right, and we're gonna throw the over right back going the over route going the other way. I was like, when we gonna stop that shit? I mean, they gonna keep running that play, man. They wide open every time. Stop that. Let something else be open. Not that. That's the easy completion.
Right.
Anyway.
Make them beat us with something else. And that's my
Right.
point. Like our DBs was off.
Right. But guys, also now, you know, our blitz again, man. I don't know if I don't know if we gonna make an excuse for this, make excuse for it, man. I think I talked about this throughout the year. Our blitz just doesn't get there. It looks raggedy this year versus last year. The A-gap blitz, man, we got people running up people's backs. And to your point, and to Corey's point, man, they did that little half roll multiple times to move his pocket because I think we have more of a tendency to bring the pressure from the left. But even when we brought it up the middle, he was able to finagle his way out of that sack and make that completion. Guy was open, like Corey said, DB off like 12, 13 yards, and the receiver just stepped out of bounds, but we never really brought outside pressure from the right. This man is right-handed. Look, if I don't know who the most dominant one-hand ball handler in the NBA. I'm just not letting you go that way. I'm just not going to do it.
You're not going to beat me with that. Yeah.
You're not going to beat me with that. And so, you know, like this, so check it out. I don't think that we really thought that CJ Stroud was going to be that CJ Stroud. We know Max Duggan is going to be Max Duggan.
Agreed.
So I think the game plan is going to be a little different for TCU. And I think they're going to try to shut some of that stuff down that allows him to get comfortable and make him make plays in an uncomfortable space.
Yeah, I think Will Muschamp likes to do the corner blitz with Bullard from the backside on quarterbacks. He did the same thing on Hooker. I'm not saying he should. I'm like y'all. He should do something from the front side sometimes. But that's why I don't think I think he likes the backside blitz as opposed to the front side blitz, so the quarterback can't see it coming. I don't know, but like you say, I'm hoping.
Got that one time too.
From the backside. Yeah, exactly.
Y'all have to think about this. Think about this too. Now, in reality. The kid was only sacked 8 times throughout the season, and we sacked him 4 times in that game.
And we missed like 3. We missed at least.
So I'm just saying it ain't like he's getting sacked. 8 times in the whole season. That's that's virtually nothing. But I thought we had moved past that. I got a question. I moved past that game. I got a question for JV and the rest of the panel.
Yo, what up?
With us having possibly Darnell Washington not coming back, we had to run a lot more 11 personnel. How do you think our offensive package look moving forward in the TCU game? Now we're going to probably have to run more 11 personnel because we've normally been dominant running 12 personnel.
I think it's going to be a difference personally. I done watched this game probably like 4 times, man. And shout out to the producers that provided all these different looks and perspectives on the game that you can view it on. Because if you look at Delt when he went in for Big O, you can most definitely listen. No, he was blocking, but he was also missing blocks. He whiffed on some blocks that didn't put us in a bad position for those run plays. But of course, this kid's gonna have a whole week to be able to kind of get himself into a better position to make sure he can fill in. But what I'm gonna say is he's not gonna beat Darnell Washington. Darnell Washington was a whole-grown man on that end, and I don't think it's gonna be the same for us. I think we may spread this team out a little bit more because we don't have that punch right there on the end. Now, with that being said, they run a 3-3-5. I'm gonna make them prove that they can put a 3-3-5 on the field against the Dogs and make it happen. Because I done seen what we done to Arkansas and some of these other squads that run that same defense. But we had it on there in Washington. So I think that we're gonna definitely feel some of the loss. And I really don't know what his injury update is. I'm hoping they keep him out and he can come back and get some type of playing time in the game.
Yeah, he said Kirby said it was like a mild sprain and he should be able to play. He just don't know how many plays on Saturday when we play. But he
Monday.
on Monday.
And
Terrell Bond
to your
say,
point,
go ahead, that.
I'm just saying to your point, JB, that was kind of the origin of my question. Wanted me to ask that question because them running 3-3-5, our 12 personnel, I would love for them to play a 3-3-5 against that 12. But it's going to be a more evenly matched personnel with us running 11. So I didn't know how that affect the run game. Are we going to try to run it more or are we going to try to pass more? Because I have a feeling that's what we're going to see more of moving forward, period, is 11 personnel.
Yeah, Terrell Bond say our running back should eat against that 3-3-5. He just hope Monken don't get pass happy. I think how much we pass is going to be like what that and JV alluded to, man. How much we're able to run it early. I think we will come out in some 12 personnel with Delp to see what he got. If it's not effective, I think he's going to end up, going a different route. But I think Delp is going to be more of a part of the passing game now that he has a week to prepare. So that because I know that Ohio State definitely was keying on Brock early in the game, and I think they're going to try to help Delp a part of that passing game to take some of that pressure off of Brock.
That's what's up.
What we got here? How's the injury? Isaac Green say, how's the injury list looking? We got some key players. Lad McConkey is not 100% after he scored that 2-point conversion. He didn't want nobody jumping up, congratulating him. He limped off the field. I don't know what his status is. I hope he's a little bit better. Darnell, like I say, should play. Warren McClendon didn't play, but Amarius Mims, did his thing. But I'm hoping he's back next week, and that's Chaz Chambliss actually came back in the game after leaving the game. Marvin Jones, though, did get to play a lot in the fourth quarter. So that's a big help to our depth on that edge, man. We got to get somebody on the edge that can actually get to the quarterback, man. Like, we need that.
Well, you know what? We really got lucky at the receiver position that Ladd McConkey's been big for us all year. And as soon as he goes down, it just so happens that we get 5 back. And then 11 starting to get his stuff in shape. So, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of working out for the Dogs. The sun is shining on the Dogs right now. I think we're finna go back to back.
Well, that goes to what you preach, E. That goes to what you preach every year. The cupboard got to be full. We got to have recruits. We got to have the guys in the cupboard. And that's why I don't care when somebody else has a guy that gets hurt. That's not for me to worry about. Be concerned with. You got to just dig and get the next guy out. And I agree with Coach. I think Oscar Delp is going to get his opportunity. I think that was a warm up. I think we're recruiting that position heavily, and they're going to give him a chance because the trenches is where we should be better than TCU. On both sides of the ball, wearing those guys down early, in my opinion, should be. What we look to, and then try to be explosive late once we suck them in. That 3-3-5, I want to test it, and I think Oscar Delp is ready for that. SEC ball, he's not a freshman anymore, so I think we'll be ready to run this ball.
Yeah,
he'd have been in a lot of games.
Yep. What's going on, Doug Mangus? He say he believe in CKS, knows what he's doing, and say we hold a natty. Hey man, I believe in CKS too. I think somebody mentioned earlier, man, like it just shows where he is, man, how we came back. We had a good game. We won. But the first thing they asked him, he's just coming down on Stetson, say he got to play a better game. Stetson's stat lines say he played like the best game of his career, better than C.J. Stroud. And we all know that he could have played better in spurts. And Kirby did too. So Kirby knows the defense needs to play better. So I think with a week, I think TCU, another thing that's going to hurt TCU that didn't hurt Ohio State, like somebody said, man, they had like 45 days to prepare for us. We had about 30, 20 or 30 to prepare for them. TCU only got a week. That's it. I mean, they so I think that's a disadvantage. They got different type
skill position too. They got different type skill players.
Yeah. Like Ohio State.
Yeah. It's a go ahead, Coach.
No, go ahead, Kev.
No. I was just gonna say, it's a different type of game. And the one thing I know we talk about the trenches, we're gonna be able to get physical with them. The one thing that they have seen the type of speed that we had. Yep. They haven't seen that all year. Even playing Michigan, still that slow plodding, strong team that just wants to bully you. We have that, but we also have elite speed everywhere on the field. So I think that's going to be a real difficult problem for them to match up with the type of speed that we're going to be able to present. And I think that may equate to being able to get some more sacks because they're not going to have the guys to keep up with Bullard and some of the guys that we may be able to bring off the edge, obviously along with 88 causing problems in the middle.
Yeah, I think both teams haven't been sack happy this year. We both have 30 on the year, 2.4 per game. But TCU is actually giving up 24 sacks, and we've only given up 8. So I think we will be able to get home, like Cal said, man, with some of those pressures that we bring. I think one thing that help the Dogs too, man, we can win. I think JV alluded to, man, we can win a lot of different ways, and a lot of teams can't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like we can win an ugly running game, or we can throw it all over the yard if we need to. I mean, we can win however we need to win, and I think that definitely helped us Saturday.
I'm just trying to figure out, Pat, what you over there doing? Taking a nap? You good?
You ain't lying, man.
My boy just broken nap mode.
Got it on camera.
People in the comments, man. People in the comments, go ahead and start getting your score predictions in for the Natty, man. What you think it's gonna be? Go ahead and start putting that out there. Dad, you had something?
I wanted to ask Ro a question. Myself, man. You know, Ro, being the coach on the panel. I know that during that game, man, people talk about the missed calls and the blown calls, but the part of it that was infuriating me was the fact that it seemed like the refs really swallowed the whistle on a lot of the holding calls on our D line, especially blown. Say that again.
I kept telling y'all them Pac-12 officials, man.
Yeah,
but Ro, my question for you is after a game like that, where you have so many blatant examples that you can put into a package and show the actual missed calls, is there anybody who that package can go to and who will even care about that package arriving to them, where they will see the kinds of missed calls that we're talking about that could affect maybe some calls in the next game?
Well, my thing is, Jay, is you don't want to highlight the missed calls because you want them to go out there thinking that, hey, if they don't call it, it's not a call. We want them to play through it, and if anything, you want to give them some type of indication of why it's not called. You talk holding, guys. You can call holding on every play. Yeah. The main thing with holding is, if you don't, guys are not, if they can't get there and they know they're getting held and they're not giving that indication, but still trying to fight, a lot of the officials are not going to call that, So my thing would be for those guys is, let's not take it out of the official's hand. Let's not even make it, don't let them hold us. We can't allow ourselves to be held. We got to fight through everything that they're doing. And I think we'll be pretty good at, against this bunch of fighting through the holes and just getting pressure, playing with our hands. First thing, separation and come on the ball and use your hands and get extension. Game over.
Yeah,
that reminds me of something, Coach. That reminds me of when I had a chance to go to Athens. Coach Darryl Drake. I'm complaining about Erik Robinson, or Glenn Ford, Champ Bailey, or Robert Edwards. Coach, they holding me. Don't let them hold you. Don't let them hold you. It ain't a foul if they didn't throw the flag. You got to get over that as a player. So the coach ain't gonna preach that. He can send that to the SEC got a competition committee. That's where the film might go, Cal. But in this playoff scenario, I don't know if anybody's gonna review it until the offseason. We just got to continue to fight through that. Players can never look at the referee. They ain't even on the field when we out there. We playing the other jersey, and it just so happened to be some stripes trying to dictate the pace. But probably won't be brought up very much this week. We got to be better. You got to dominate. That's really on the attitude, and hey, don't let him handle you like that. If you getting held, that's your fault. So fighting through that is a whole nother game plan, but they can do it.
Yeah, Shelby say the TCU have a decent run game. All she hear about is the quarterback. Yes, they do. Their starting running back was a semifinalist for the Doak Walker, Kendrick Miller. He went down, but I think he tried to come back in the third quarter, but he just couldn't push off of his knee. He had like a lower knee injury. But the backup came in, like Pat said earlier, man. He came in and gave him 150. So I think 2 touchdowns. So they definitely got a formidable running game. But again, I think Thad said it last week, and I've always believed that I don't think a team is going to run the ball to beat a Kirby Smart defense. They're going to need to mix in that pass, and Quentin Johnston is going to have a big game to stay in it. So let's get to some of these predictions. Chandra Lay say TCU 20, UGA 14. How about that?
Oh, she wanted them haters that I shouted out,
Okay.
Coach, man. She wanted them haters that I told them they need to go ahead and shut. Listen. They don't know. She went to Auburn, so they don't know football.
You came out with that from the beginning.
Genuine hate. I thought she was
Leave with that.
I thought she was in Dallas or something. That's local hate.
Anything's possible, but if TCU win, they're not gonna hold the Dogs to 14. I don't see that at all.
Right.
So,
No question.
Shelby say 45-21 Dogs. Okay. Stat guys say 34-13. This game isn't that close. I think the Bulldogs dominate from whistle to whistle. Genesis say we're gonna hang a half a hundo on these dudes. 52-27. Okay.
That's what's up.
All right.
I like it.
Roderick, what's going on, dog?
Says.
He says UGA 37, TCU 27. Okay, I got you. ATL in 2022 say the Dogs gonna blow them out 45-16. Jesus. Okay. Abraham C 400. What's going on, my man? He said UGA 35, TCU 24. How about that? All right, Cole. What you got, dog? What you got on that score prediction?
That's you, bro.
Put the
core ran out of quarters. Ran out of quarters.
Oh, we going for it, King. Hey, we got 45-17, guys.
45.
I got 45-17, guys.
Okay. We got a 37-20 from P. Maybe. Okay.
Mayberry.
M&A Pitt say 35-38 Dogs in overtime. Oof.
Man, I don't need them. I don't need that. I ain't got the heart for that.
Come on. That's my cuz, man. Hey, cuz.
I know it, right? Dutch say it's gonna be one of them Oregon style games. We're gonna beat them 42-6.
I need a party. That'd be fun in LA.
What you got, Pass? What you got on it?
Man, I'm going. So you know me, I'm going 35-14.
35-14. All right, we got a tag at the old 12. Say 31-17. Right there with you. Okay, what's going on?
31.
I'm gonna go 38-21 Dogs, man. I'm going 38-21 Dogs. What you got, Cal?
Man, we go out there play our A game, man. I'm gonna go 48-21.
E-Rob,
48-21.
Yeah, man, I feel like Cal. I feel like we're gonna go out there and play our A game because we didn't play good last week. We know we didn't play good. TCU's gonna be just the next one up. They're gonna catch that wrath. 52-24.
Shout it. What you got up there, dog?
I like that.
Yes, sir.
I'll say this here before I get my score prediction. I know someone earlier said that TCU virtually has nothing to lose. I get that, but they definitely have a chance to lose the national championship game. That's pretty big. But with that being said, those 2 semifinal games, those are 2 big games. This is a battle of attrition. Those were 2 big-time games, physically and emotionally. So it's going to be interesting to see how these coaches get these teams ready to bounce back from playing playing high-level football just 7 days ago. So with that being said, I'm going to go 38-17.
38-17. Tabitha Barkley in the house. What's going on, Tabitha? She say 48-21 Dogs.
All right. Miss Barkley, there we go.
We like it. CA, what you got on it?
I see a lot of running game. 33-17, Dogs on top. We up early and often.
Oh, I like it. JV, what you got, dog?
Man, I don't think that these guys gonna give us no bulletin board, 2-point conversion fodder to allow us to go ahead and try and drop 50 points on them. I just think we're gonna beat them though. And I'm running with 38-10. I think it's gonna be a handy win.
I like that.
I think that we're gonna handle our business. We're gonna step off the bus with our hard head and our steel toe boots on, baby. We're going to work on Monday night, and I think it's gonna pay dividends.
AP say we got some first round players that can't break down and make the tackle. Who in
hope they make it
particular,
on
AP?
Monday. As long as they make the tackles on Monday. Just make it on Monday.
You recover a lot of money on Monday night.
Hey, tell
they made the
stay his ass on the track.
See, I knew Pat was going. We can't stop. Don't do this like that. I hear you there.
Hey, so listen, we going right before the championship game at around 7 o'clock, man, Eastern time. Of course, we'll be 4 p.m. out there in Cali. We might try to do a little 15-minute live preview for y'all, so y'all make sure y'all tune in. A lot of the panel is going out there to Cali to root on the dogs. We need as many dogs as we can to get out there, man, take over the stadium like we always do, man. TCU's a little bit closer, but I heard those tickets, they wasn't liking the ticket prices on the planes coming out of Texas.
well, you know what? Don't come then.
I know, right?
Stay your ass
I
home.
know, right?
Hey,
Anybody got it?
Something real quick.
Go ahead.
Hey, man, I want to say this to all the respect to Hedges fans, man. We love y'all. Without y'all, there is no us. Hey, man, look what we give y'all, though. You got Super Bowl champion Patrick Pad here with the dogs. You know what I'm saying? We got dog royalty. My dog, Roro. And, you know
All
what I'm saying? This is what
SEC.
you get when you come, hang out with us. So keep coming back. We're going to keep bringing you national championship because I think there's some kind of mystic tie to that. You know what I'm saying? We started the show.
I like that. I like that.
Don't know.
We hear now.
Show us the lie. Where the lie?
That's right. Joe Teasley in the house. What's going on, Joe? He said 49-17 dogs with the late score prediction. Hey, man.
That's a Monday night party right there.
Sir, let's do it.
That's one advantage we may have too, because unfortunately we have been there before, and it's a good chance. Like JV and Cal, a lot of our fans, they bought their tickets months and months ago because they know we was gonna be there. So we should have a big advantage over TCU in terms of fans.
Well, them ticket prices have dropped, at least at the game. You know what I'm saying? It's affordable. Them plane ticket fans ain't going nowhere, baby.
Yeah, the plane tickets ain't going nowhere. That's right. JV Gods one. What's going on, Zwan? 42-13 dogs.
What up, Z?
Listen, man. Hey, we're gonna be out there, man. We're gonna be live on location like we did for the SEC championship. Hopefully, my audio will be a little bit better this time. But hey, man.
Quarter in the game, baby.
That's right. We go. Hey, man. Shout out to P. Pass and C. Johnson for stopping through,
Appreciate
man.
y'all.
For the damn preview, man. And like E. Rob said, man, we appreciate all the respect the Hedges fans, the nation, man. We're gonna go out here and try to bring home this back-to-back national championship. Hey, man, for C. Johnson, man, P. Pass, Cool Cal, JV, Thad, E. Rob, C. Allen, man. I'm Coach I. Go Dogs.
Respect the Hedges, baby.
Respect.